Welcome back to ESL TV for the Intel Extreme Masters cross-realm qualifiers for Cologne and the amateur tournament. We're about to move into the bottom side of the bracket, so let's bring that one up. Jason's closed it on his screen. Scumbag Jason. Come on, Jason, sort it out.
It's there, it's there.
There we go. So let's bring that one up then. As we can see on the top side, SK Gaming and Copenhagen Wolves are already qualified for Intel Extreme Masters Cologne after winning their semi-finals. They won't play against each other because it literally means nothing. So that's how that one is. On the other side of the bracket, though, that's where we're concentrating now. Meet Your Makers versus H2K. If you want to see that game, you can head over to ESL TV Poland to watch that one. It's an all Polish game, so we thought they can do that one. And we'll do Millenium versus TCM. As you just seen there, they decided to start picks and bans
without even us saying anything.
Just in the perfect time in the game. So let's get into that one then and figure out how this one is all going to be going down. Because, yeah, we are in there. So let's have a look then. Lee Sin banned out here by TCM first of all. I obviously aimed straight over at I'm So Fresh.
And are we going to see maybe a Nocturne ban to come out against Nurtador, maybe a Jarvan ban as well? Shyvana's been taken out so much now over these past couple of games. And she's honestly, pretty strong. And just for you guys who weren't watching a little bit earlier, this is patch 3.12, so it isn't 3.13. It's not live, and Jinx is banned out, so you cannot use her here. But I'm curious, what are these teams going to go with? Because TCM, they didn't look bad earlier on against Copenhagen Wolves, but they just kind of got outplayed.
Yeah, they did. They definitely got outplayed. That was a very good way to put it. I mean, Millenium's loss to SK was very much more, I think depressing is the right word for if you're a Millenium player or fan. Renekton banned out against Doigby, and Kassadin taken away from Slayer as well. Obviously, Shyvana, Aatrox. What will be the final ban? Shen, for example, still left up and available.
And if they don't ban that away, I'm actually curious if JWoww will go for that.
Yeah.
But also, Jax is left open for JWoww if he wants to run him in that top lane, which we just saw in the game prior on. And it all comes down to what's the worst evil here to take away, and they do actually go with the Jarvan. So they actually don't want to Nurtador on Jarvan. They know how, really annoying he could be, because Nurtador, like we were saying before, is a really aggressive jungler, likes really aggressive champions. But he might get Elise here, and that's also not good for him, because right now, Elise has won every single game we've had her.
Yeah, and just to say here, guys, by the way, this is a best of one game. The game afterwards will be best of three, but this one for now is best of one. I'm So Fresh hovering over Teemo. I don't believe we'll see a Teemo.
Yeah, I would imagine not so. I mean, he has a lot of champions open. Vi's open, like we were saying before in the game just prior. He also has, I don't think he ever plays Kale anymore, or even Nunu at that. But there's a lot of different junglers available to play. It's just, I don't know, because it's weird. In the SK games, he was like the guy that could really make the plays happen. As you saw in the second game, he did get first blood, but he just didn't seem to pull through when the team needed him the most. And he's got to play something comfortable here, and it looks like they're actually going to save that pick for a little bit later.
Yeah, picking up Caitlyn and Thresh for this one. So bottom lane all locked in for Millenium. Nanook and Dude getting their champions of choice. Right now, Vi being hovered over, so we could end up seeing Vi being taken away and Elise being shoved off into a lane.
Actually, that would be really interesting to see happen. I'm curious to see where Elise would necessarily go. Most likely, obviously, in that top lane. But I wonder if TCM actually might run Elise in the jungle and Vi in a solo lane as well. Because JWoww, he plays so many different champions. He's always one of those guys. To me, he's like a mini Soaz. He can pull out anything, and you'll never expect it. But obviously, going with the trend, that would most likely be a jungle Vi here.
So, still a good few seconds for TCM to lock this one in. And now, this is where the tournament gets, in my opinion, probably the hardest stage of this qualifier is this best of one here in the lower bracket, because it's all down to one game. It is only that one matchup, and it is going to be Vi that's locked in here then for TCM along with Varus.
Okay, so maybe an Orianna pickup here would actually be very strong for TCM if they want to go for that next, because you have a Vi, put the ball on top for her, pull them all together as she goes in with the ultimate. Then you have the Varus ultimate to lock them all together as well. It's a lot of CC, a lot of damage on top of that. But Millenium, they also had the chance to take it away. They can pick up a jungler who can get in very quickly. They have Hecarim available right now if they want to run that to use the ball delivery system. I know I keep talking about Orianna, but it's just that ultimate is so strong right now. And if you have someone who's competent on her, you can really do a lot of work.
Yorick and Nunu. That's not two that I would have said are going to come into this one. I still don't believe in Nunu jungle. Even though I love playing Nunu, mostly in lanes and terrorizing people.
Snowballs.
I really don't. I don't see the strength in him. I don't remember,
Well,
the last time I've seen a really amazing Nunu jungle.
We did see one Fnatic game. I can't think of exactly when it was, but Cyanide ran Nunu in the jungle, and they put their AD carry support middle, and he just came middle and gave it. They ran double AD carries that time.
Yeah, they
so it was
pushed
Xpeke middle with Caitlyn or something like that, and they went for the double AD carries to push the turrets down quickly, but they didn't even do that. They got stopped very quickly. But still, I mean, where's the damage on their team? They have 3 champions that offer basically nothing at this point. I'm really confused.
Confused. Not good. We are going to see, though, another Fiddlestick support, this time around for Barney D. And Matroco looking like he is going to take that Orianna, which is, we said it, so very strong. If you land the Shockwave in the right place.
Yep.
On the other hand, of course, you can always argue that fluff your Shockwave and you kind of mess up your whole team fight, which is definitely true. Heimerdinger, something that I'd like to see.
I actually wouldn't be surprised. That could actually be a Heimerdinger.
Why?
I don't know. It's 3.12 though. It isn't the updated Heimerdinger yet.
Exactly.
As I say, Shlea, that's something he would play. I don't know, but what? I'm so confused right now, Joe. Seeing a Kayle being hovered over. Okay, that's a little bit better. But still, there's no damage on that team. It's got to be someone that has high burst potential and or has high sustain, high damage. And right now, they're sitting on Lux. I mean, you can't even burst someone down with her if you have no backup damage behind that, which they don't really have.
Are you going to be able to burst down Vi, Elise, probably Orianna if she's got the ball on her as well?
Wow.
And they are going to go for the Lux. So a very interesting...
What?
Is it even a composition?
No. I mean, it's a AD carry. It's like focus. It's like keep the AD carry alive. So it's like keep double lift or feed double lift kind of thing. Obviously, you have the Nunu Blood Boil. You have the Yorick ultimate, but that's it. And you're depending on Caitlyn to pretty much do the work for you. Unless Shlea can get farmed up on Lux. If he can, then he has the potential to burst down Nurtador and JWoww and get them low enough to allow Newt to clean it up. But that's really hard.
Let me give you the other side of the coin then. If Shlea gets camped middle, if Shlea doesn't get enough farm, Shlea doesn't get enough kills, or the same applies then to the nuke, and they lose one of those damage sources, the target in the fight becomes so easy. For someone like Vi that you can't stop with Assault and Battery to lock you down, with a ball on her head and then pulling in a Shockwave. Like, they can lock down someone, just that Vi alone, with Elise as well, who can repel and dive onto one target. I don't know. I'm not really feeling this whole Millenium setup.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I've never been a fan of having like Shen top lane with a tank jungler, with a support that really doesn't offer too much, and not having high damage AP mid and AD carry, because you have 2 DPS, and if one of them gets behind, you're screwed. On the other side of that coin, if you get ahead, you kind of get really far ahead because either your tanks get really strong or your damage gets really strong. But I completely agree with you 100%, Joe. I'm not convinced by Yorick at all. Even now, I mean, we see him a lot in the LCS. I think it was Mimer for NIP playing him, and he still fell behind in CS constantly to whoever's playing, and it doesn't really do much for Caitlyn. I mean, I don't know. I'm perplexed.
Little bit perplexed going on for this one. They were hovering over Kayle, which would be like have the invulnerability and then the Yorick ultimate, like another form of protection from that one. But obviously going for Lux in the end. But we are going to be getting into game here. It is, of course, a best of one between TCM and Millenium. The question is, can this Millenium strange composition bring them anything in this game? I'm not so sure.
We both have no words right now, but either way, we do see JWoww running at least in the top lane. Did go for the Crystalline Flask, did go for health pots, and then Doigi actually went for just a door. Yeah, I was like, that's not the right word. Doigby went for a door and shield and a health pot. And even Unsurfresh going with a ward himself. So they have to get aggressive wards in here if they want to be able to use that effectively. And right now, in the top side of the minimap, he will be spotted. So he won't be able to put a ward down the blue. He won't have that potential to steal it away right now. Either way, Millenium is going for an invade somewhat, trying to gain some control. But even early game, I don't know. Because Shlea didn't go for the binding. So they have no CC except the hook potentially on a dude. I'm not convinced. I'm still not convinced by this.
Well, they've just gone over a ward there. We see Millenium just backing off. They've got their early wards into position, got what they wanted down, and also on the top side now, that is a ward that you don't often see at level 1.
Do you ever see that ward? I mean, it's usually in the bush, if anything, right there, but that one even is very seldom. But I don't know. Like, the thing is, what made Nunes so strong when he used to jungle was the fact that you could counter jungle very quickly. Now, obviously, you have your smite, your consume. But right now, he's being shut down every alley he's going through. They're going to be spotted by that ward of the tri-bush. And right now, TCM are setting up to stop this. However, they're going to be standing a ward themselves. Very interesting level 1 that's already started so far.
Yeah, a lot to talk about and think about from this one, that's for sure. As we see Orianna come down, they should know that was warded. Metrocco was forced away from it a little bit earlier. They start to come back around. Red buff has now spawned, and Naruto going to go about picking that one up. Let's get a bit more game sounds in there. But he'll pick that one up. Blue buff going to be kicked off on the other side here for Millenium, which they shouldn't have too much trouble in dealing with. Consume obviously was picked up first here by I'm So Fresh. And that's going to get him started on his way. Orianna versus Lux here in this mid lane. Two very capable mid lane players here. I'm interested to see how this one actually works out.
Yeah, I think if, Lux hits a decent start, Schley can, maybe get a kill with some sort of gank. He could definitely control Orianna very well. He can zone quite well. As long as they have that binding, your jungler can come in, keep her slowed for you. But on the other hand, if Belgian Beast gets an advantage, she can use that ball to zone her out and really, I don't know, pressure her in lane. And that's why you don't see Lux play too often, because a lot of people are playing AD carries middle, a lot were playing assassins, and Orianna just can kind of do the same to you if you do let her get ahead.
Well, speaking of getting ahead, fight is up in the top lane here already. Maybe looking for a go on towards Doigby's Yorick, who's kind of out of range for him right now, but he spotted him walking up that up the river from that ward that we talked about, which a bit of a strange level 1 ward, but nonetheless, he's going to give him vision, as we are going to see him go in there. Naruto actually misses the jump in there, but Doigby taking good amounts of damage here, down to half HP. There's no kill going to result in that one, but they did do some decent amounts of damage from it as well. As I'm So Fresh here, actually headed in towards Naruto's jungle, and Naruto thinking, okay, I'm going to have a second attempt at this one, but Doigby already got that ward down.
Yeah, so I'm So Fresh doing some counter jungling here, which is exactly what he needs to do. And Naruto committing a lot of time towards this top lane. But, that ward that we were talking about earlier in the river that we never see at level 1, it's already paid off quite well because it spotted him come towards the top side. And they were able to escape that game. But Belgium's getting caught here.
Yeah, getting caught from that one, but not really having too much problems once he got the command protect down. There's no snowball being leveled up here just yet by I'm So Fresh, but he's able to get in there, steal himself away the big Wraith. And that's something that they need to peg back here. Although, the Nunus are very much a support jungler, he's not going to have masses of damage going forward. It's probably more about Vi losing out on those jungle creeps.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, you want to keep her behind in terms of that, but what's also weird is right now, I mean, counter jungling is only coming down to buffs. You don't really need to steal away the other camps because it doesn't matter as much to them, because they can just go into a lane and just sit there for a little bit, gain all the experience they just lost, and even some extra CS on top of that. So right now, if he's going to counter jungle at all, he has to snatch away the blue or the red, and he has to keep it off Orianna, so Lux will get an advantage here. And right now, it's a pretty quiet game considering. However, look at the CS difference in the top lane right now, Joe.
Yeah, 32 to 19. JWoww having a good time and things against Doigby, as we are going to see I'm So Fresh coming around from this one. Has now got a point in the snowballs as Belgian Beast comes in there as well. Actually missed with the ball, but they're going to go in. Naruto couldn't quite get into position either. And the shield came out from Lux. Naruto, I'm So Fresh, not any troubles there.
And he's definitely trying to make some work. He needs to pick up a couple of wards. He definitely needs to pick up some boots and get around a little bit quicker, as he needs to in the bottom lane. Right now, Metrocco's controlling the lane against Nuke. As we do see in the top lane, someone getting ganked.
Yeah, first blood coming in, just about caught that one. Caught sleeping a little bit from that one, but it's a first blood nonetheless. It's a great pickup as well for TCM. This is what we talked about.
He was on a ward though. That's the thing. He was staying on the ward in that tri-bush, and he still just walked in and killed him under turret.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. I'm So Fresh actually coming around the back of TCM here. The hook actually missing though, which should mean that Metrocco is able to walk away from this one. There's a silence coming out across the entire team. Well, across the three of them that were there, not the entire team. That would be incredibly overpowered. But either way, first blood going in to Naruto, who he said, losing a lot of his jungle, not had much success as to where he's gone, but it only takes that one time, which really confused me. When you see him coming, how do you still end up dying?
Well, they do have a lot of CC at least to lock him onto turret, but right now the turret is very low, and they want to go for a second dive.
I'm a little bit speechless as to this one as well. I mean, he's come straight in there. We see the repel. JWoww going to try and get in there, sinks his fans in, and there is the finisher. You can't do that. That can't happen.
It just did, though, Joe.
But it did. I know it did, but it can't.
No, you're right, though. I mean, it should not happen at all. You need to be able to sit in lane. He's missing out on experience right now. He's level 5 to level 6. He already had a CS discrepancy in favor of JWoww a little bit earlier on, but now it's 52 to 22, a 30 CS lead. Yorick, I mean, didn't really offer much anyways late game, except obviously the ultimate.
Yeah.
But now he's not going to offer anything at all. I mean, he does no damage in these fights anymore. He won't be tanky enough either. I don't know, it's not looking good for Millenium so far.
Well, it's very reminiscent of game number 1 that Millenium played against SK Gaming. Doigby died in the bottom lane, and then he walked down and got caught out in this brush. It was very, very similar there. He walks back into lane, gets underneath his turret. They're both there. They just kill him off.
3 kills. And the real question is, though, for TCM, remember when they're playing Copenhagen Wolves, we saw Naruto actually get quite a few kills over Belgian Beast, who's playing Gragas bottom lane. If he keeps picking up kills, which luckily he has given one over to JWoww, it might actually hurt them in the end. But look at these items already coming in. Boots mobility for Naruto, so he's faster than I'm So Fresh, who hasn't been back yet, who is trying to steal away blue buff, it looks like right now. And it looks like he will potentially get it with that ultimate going off. So he does take the blue away from that, so it stops Orion from getting it. However, Naruto is doing the same to him. He's already in the blue. I think he was spotted heading in there, but he's actually set up for potentially a gank right now.
Oh, Barney D coming around the side. Matroco, he's waiting in there as well. There's the Sultan battery going in on towards you. Barney D is in there to help, and Naruto picks up the kill. Nicely executed by TCM. That gives them complete control now, and that whole blue buff exchange is completely nullified.
Oh, can Lux steal it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Lux did steal that one away. Nice ulti from Slayer. So I talked about it being completely nullified. That's the changer on that one, of course. Nicely done from Slayer to keep that one inside.
So now TCM have no blue buff here. Now Slayer has an easy time in this lane in terms of going up against Belgian Beast. As long as he doesn't get ganked here, that's actually a really good pickup for them. That really saved them quite a bit. If they lost that and Belgium was able to get it, they'd be looking very, very in trouble as the game progressed on. And JWoww just harassing Doigby out of lane again.
Yeah, and you see the amount of damage that he's able to put onto him. Got that Haunting Guise start, obviously a bit more damage-based with a lane Elise. And that is working perfectly, as we are going to see Barney here getting himself hooked. Actually flayed underneath tower range. There's a great ultimate out of Matroco, but it's not going to save his support.
That was a great hook by Dude right there to block him down. Remember, actually, Thresh was one of his better champions in the spring split of LCS too, so he's definitely showing how well he can work with it right now, and taking Barney getting too aggressive and really turning that kill back onto him. But we also see Matroco going for a Genja build, I'll call it. Triple Doran's Blade. Don't really see that too often. And the first turn of the game does go down top lane, and oh, Doigby, he's not looking safe.
Now, Cocoon's going to come in onto him. Obviously, he was pushed out of lane a little bit earlier on there by JWoww.
The thing is, he's not even warding against it, really. Because he can still be pushed from the Wraith camp up to the top. And with his turret going down, he pretty much lost everything. But at least Millenium are responding, though, with a turret bottom. They're going to be able to pick this one up with that Blood Boil. But TCM is well on the top side. They're going for a turret, too.
Yeah, if this second turret goes down, which Doigby is still dead for a couple of seconds here, and there's a decent enough minion wave to make sure that they don't have to tank anything up there. This is going to go down. This is going to be... All right, then. Let's just back away and leave that one.
I think they were scared that Lux was coming up.
They lost sight of Slayer, that's why.
Oh, they actually might be able to catch him here, though.
Or maybe they were just thinking about killing Slayer as they dive in. Cocoon lands, Ignite is down, JWoww dives in there, barrier used, ulti comes out of Slayer as well, and JWoww will go down here to the turret. Decent, well, more than decent, since he gets the shutdown as well, coming out of Slayer. But still very, very messy.
They did get the blue buff, though, away from him at least. But now Millenium is responding with a Dragon. Naruto is coming in. He has the ultimate available, but he doesn't have Smite.
Oh, Barney actually getting hooked for this one. The Dragon wasn't finished off, and there is Nunu down. Dragon is going to go the way of Millenium, but they've lost 2 men for it.
And a nuke, oh, I mean, he just attacked very randomly right there. Was able to pick that one up, so it saved him something. But now, they're going to lose their middle turret.
Pressure coming in for this one. 3 men are on that one. Again, a good minion wave with them. If you look at the top lane there, Doigby just trying to push that one as far out as he possibly can to keep that tower alive as long as possible. Well, this mid turret, I'm almost scared to say it after what happened last time, is going to go down.
I would have laughed if they just backed away right there. But yeah, so we have a nice gold lead building up for TCM. A lot of items as well. JWoww can... What do spiders do against Yorks? They just destroy him completely with the Sork Boots coming in on top of that. He has so much penetration against him, and Doigby hasn't built any magic resist. So right now, JWoww has control of this top lane.
Doigby hasn't built anything.
Well, yeah. Oh! Barty D getting caught.
Oh. Actually got the fear off there onto Schleyer, and the silence as well. He's got to dodge the binding here. Manages to dodge the slow. No, he doesn't, and he walks into the binding as well. Did exactly the opposite of what he needed to do there. Good pickup. I mean, it's a catching, kind of typical catching and support out of position. Yeah,
I mean, any kills help, especially for Schleyer. When you're a Lux, you need to be able to burst people down very quickly. And you see Amsa Fresh counter jungling yet again. Look at the top side of the map, though. Look who is sitting by for another gank on Doigby.
He's not really worth a lot at this point now.
I think they want the turret, though, this time.
Yeah, they're going to get it as well unless they do something really, really wrong. As there's a shockwave coming down onto Schleyer. Assault and battery comes in. Schleyer not escaping that one. Belgian Beast picks that kill up. This turret down in the top lane, and the cocoon lands as well. JWoww dives straight in on top of Doigby. The slows keeping him just out of range, though, of getting in there to finish anything off. Meanwhile, mid lane here, I'm So Fresh, Nanook, and Dude are actually pushing in for this one. They're going to go for I'm So Fresh as Barty D comes in as well. Needs to get a fear, I think, to keep going on this. Belgian Beast pushing in as well. Dude taking the brunt of that damage. And in the end, I'm So Fresh gets himself feared up, gets silenced, and he's down. It's Matrocco that picks that one up. First kill for the AD carry. And I just feel like it's the same thing again as happened against SK for Millenium. Like,
yeah.
Not a massive difference, but it is a difference. And there's another kill for JWoww. Comes in from the backside. Naruto going in on towards Nanook. This is another tower.
I think I'm So Fresh at this point with how many deaths he's accumulated throughout these many games should be called I'm So Dead. It's just, it's so dominating. I mean, it's even hard to commentate games like this because you know it's pretty much over. Like, Millenium haven't shown any sign really, except the one kill they except stealing the blue and getting the dragon. Yeah, they did get the dragon. But right now, I mean, they just keep getting caught out in positions that they shouldn't have been in the first place.
And JWoww's Elise is terrifying at this point. 4-1-1. It's only a terrifying Elise if he hits cocoons, which he's doing a lot. He just picked up pretty much an Abyssal Scepter there, straight out.
That's not going to be fun for the team. But right now, Naruto's getting caught over towards Dragon as we see Schleyer waiting for Belgian.
Oh, there's the burst coming in. Ace in the hole actually will finish that one off. Nice little combo there from Millenium.
Sorry.
What?
No, I was looking at Dragon, and somehow Naruto knocked I'm So Fresh over the wall, over Dragon Pit.
He's dead now anyway. All going in to chase him. I say he's dead. There's the turret. And actually the Dark Binding is going to be enough to finish off. So a couple of catches there for Millenium. That's what they need to do if they're going to have any kind of chance to get this one through. Jason watching that one back.
I just wanted to show you it. It was just hilarious. He knocked him over the wall somehow. But still that in the end, just like I said. But either way, 10-5 is the scoreline. 23.7 thousand gold to 20.7.
That's 3,000 gold difference, Jason. And we've just seen...
It's almost 4.
We talked about Nunu being so good at counter jungling. If you're losing your own jungle, it's not going well for you.
And he's going to be taking away red buff here, but Matrocco, he's going to whiff the ultimate. So he at least escapes with that one right now. But, you know, all the kills are onto Schleyer. Caitlyn, Nanook's able to farm up quite well, 110 CS, but all he really has is a Bloodthirster currently. And when you have a JWoww with all the penetration, he's going to have the Abyssal done. And then you have Belgian Beast and the ball delivery system, as we're going to see Naruto go in.
Oh, Shockwave comes down as well. The ball was on Naruto, but have they got the damage here to finish off Dude? Box goes down. Auto attack will come through. And now Naruto, the one in trouble. He has to flash away, but there is Matrocco coming in around the side. There's the laser coming through. Goes right down the middle. Now JWoww coming in to clean things up. He's going to dive on towards Schleyer. He wants to finish off this Lux and claim all that gold back, and he will manage that. Doigby, he's in the jungle pretty much all alone. He's going to get away from this one, but they may lose an inhib turret, to be honest.
And Naruto doing a great job of baiting them in. They're able to pick up 2 kills. They're going to get Inhibitor turned off of this. And honestly, Fresh, unfortunately, wasn't in that fight, as even Naruto still looking for him. But now it's just such a one-sided game for TCM. Even though the gold difference isn't huge, or at least it wasn't, it's still not telling the story of the game right now.
Oh, there's I'm So Fresh, got feared up and finished off there by Matroco. He's back to life, though, because they've got a Yorick. Oh, poor old JWoww. Oh, wow. that was awkward. It was stuck on the trap inside the ulti. You've got to pop it when he's there. And then they just let him walk out, and then just absolute zero is what it did. I've made that joke before, but it's very much applicable to that last ultimate coming out there from I'm So Fresh. There's a binding onto JWoww. With a poke back from the Piltover Peacemaker coming in as well, but it's not going to stop TCM. It's not going to stop TSM. They're so good in this game right now. They are TCM a long, long, long way ahead.
And they're being chased away here, though.
They're chasing. Oh, they've turned back around. They're going to go towards Nanook. There's Naruto diving in. Shockwave comes down. There's a laser back, though, and it's destroyed him. TCM there taking so much damage. JWoww couldn't quite get in range to block out. Oh, no, he's got the cocoon onto Slayer. Dives back in. There is the barrier. Can't quite finish off. He flashed for it. Spider twitches its legs as he dies. Millenium going for Baron.
I'm not sure they have the damage to kill this. I mean, you have I'm So Fresh, but he's not tanky enough for this right now. I think Dragon would be smarter for them, but they're going to go for it here, Joe. And I got $5 on Shlaya dying here at Baron.
Let's see. Oh, they've got Doigby now.
So this is the true definition of a raid boss currently.
The Baron is taking its time to go down. Naruto might actually... Oh, Naruto might actually get in range here, the length that it's taking them to take it. No, I'm So Fresh is going to pick it up. Naruto's like, I can kill them all. I'm going to go for it here. Goes on towards Doigby. He goes low, but not quite finished off. Naruto dies. Doigby survives.
Wow.
Dude died. Oh, no. Belgian Beast coming in from the bottom side. There's the shutdown from Belgian Beast. And the Nuke's recalling. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, he's come straight over into the path of Belgian Beast. He's got no mana left. He's got no flash left. He's a dead man.
And Belgian Beast picking up 2. In the meantime, Atraco's pushing bottom lane, got that turret. Give me going for a second one here. And that Baron buff now only on 2 people. Doigby and I'm So Fresh. And those aren't the 2 you want it on at all. As you do even have Belgian Beast going up towards the top side to spine.
Oh.
He's dead. No, he's actually going to live.
Uses his flash, though. Oh, Barney D coming into fear. Actually bringing him straight back to the rest of them. He gets ulted there by Doigby, but is that going to be enough to keep them alive? Absolute Zero coming in. This time he pops it in time, and the shutdown comes down for Doigby.
And JWoww in the meantime got an inhibitor down in middle. And Matraco going to get a second turret in the bottom lane. And right now, one person has Baron left on Millenium, so they at least took it away. It wasn't like a Baron that they wanted to use to push. It was like an opportunistic Baron to keep it away from TCM. But right now, losing those 4 people, losing an inhibitor, losing 2 turrets, really in the end, you didn't really save anything.
JWoww is so strong at this point as well. Abyssal Scepter's done. Got himself another blasting one. Could probably just have himself Dragon away there as well while he's at it. And he's sat on almost 1,000 gold after his little exploits up there, picking down the inhibitor in that mid lane. But yeah, I mean, again, we kind of touched on this one in both SK games. It's pretty much over at this point. It's just a case of when TCM really finish it off.
I think the time's coming soon.
I never want to say never, but
okay,
this
Justin
is
Bieber.
Quite close. Don't ever call me Justin Bieber again. I'll beat your face in.
Oh my god, I was just thinking of... Never mind. So anyways, Millenium miss out on another Dragon here. They have the middle inhibitor down. TCM, just like you're saying, it's up to them to whenever they want to finish the game, which they could start grouping up and doing if they want to, but I wonder if this is a sign of them not caring about ending, like they want to have more fun, or if it's a sign of like they don't feel confident enough yet to, which they need to be able to fix that if they're going into the...
It is only just 20 minutes in. Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about a 50-minute game here just yet.
But they're so much stronger than them right now, and they don't realize the advantage they have, I think. And that's something that you need to not do if you're trying to be an LCS team. You have to be able to know when you have the advantage and know how to push that advantage, which SK was doing in the games versus Millenium. But with that inhibitor down, like they should be sieging away if they want to.
I think they know that they're in the advantage here. 7-1 in turret, 17-11 in kills. Baron doesn't quite equal that one out. They did steal a dragon, I suppose. I say steal a dragon. They got a dragon early on, but now TCM have that Oracle with Barney D, and he's starting to gain full control of this top side of the Millenium jungle. There's another ward for him to take down, and that would be the last one outside of the base. Naruto Adoya charging up Belgian Beast, binding, and the hook missed. And they could go for something here. Bottom lane for me looks the juiciest. There's a big wave pushing up there.
And yet they want to stay middle for some reason and want to fight. I have no words for what they're doing currently. I mean, the lanes are going to automatically push top and bottom just because you have an inhibitor down. But also you can make it a little bit quicker. You can have the super minions pushing down middle while you go siege away. And I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do go for a fight here really soon. Naruto, he's waiting for his ultimate to go off.
Yeah.
He has the ball on him, and there it is.
Oh, they've gone for Doigby here. He's going to get absolutely blown to pieces. He's ulted himself, though. Absolute Zero is down, but that's not going to explode on anyone. There is Dude actually going down as well. The first real casualty of that. Finally, the ghost of Yorick Murray is finished off, and that will be now a 4 versus 3. But can they finish the game here? Oh, missed it. Ace in the hole. Joe Miller, camera work, OP.
And right now, Belgian Beast trying to run away here. Gonna get hit the light binding.
Well, hit as in he dodged straight into it himself there, actually. Oh, he's turned around onto Nanook. Not quite got the damage there to finish that one off. Meanwhile, Matroka was like, guys, we're wasting time here fighting. I'm just going to go for these turrets as he goes in for that bottom inhib turret. Didn't quite get the finisher. And TCM are going to be backing away to buy up. And they've probably got a lot to spend. 2,600 gold for JWoww and Deathcap.
Or nothing?
Or nothing.
Right, there we go. Yeah. So, Joe, what if this lasts like 50 minutes and Millenium come back and win?
What? Then what?
No, I'm just like, what would happen if they do?
You were waiting for a statement such as, I would eat my hat, or something like that,
Something like that, yeah. But you gave me nothing. No. I mean, because right now you saw TCM go in. They almost lost that fight completely when Schleyer landed the ultimate across 3 people. Except just Doigby wasn't tanky enough to survive long enough. I'm so fresh. I don't think get the ultimate off at the right position. And then again, Barney D didn't even ulti in that fight. So, I don't know. Right now, TCM still have an advantage. Baron's going to be up at about 1.5 minutes. Maybe that's the point they're waiting for here.
Yeah.
But still, you have Schleyer. You have to be worried about him. He has a death cap. He has 8 kills. He can steal away Baron if he lands it perfectly. And TCM are just kind of waiting in the enemy jungle. They're waiting to see someone overextend a little bit.
There you go. Inhib's coming up in just a second. But Millenium have no vision of their side of the jungle. They've got 1 ward here in Baron Pit, which will alert them to TCM's presence here soon. Or not, because there's a pink up Baron and that's going to be taken down. So we can forget that statement. And they've basically got to brave the jungle here as a team.
Yeah,
there's no other way that they're going to be able to contest this Baron.
I mean, Dude, he did get an Oracle a little bit earlier on, so he can take out this ward coverage, but the inhibitor being down...
They want to fight again. Yeah. Naruto had the ball on him there. I think they wanted to go for the fight again.
If they just catch Lux or Caitlyn, it's over. Like, the fight's going to be over. But they weren't doing that last fight. They used the ultimate from Vi onto Doigby for some reason and kind of wasted it.
Well, I think they want to get Yorick out because they know if they kill Caitlyn, they're not actually going to kill Caitlyn because she's coming back as Yorick's ghost. Maybe that's what they're thinking in this one. Get rid of the Yorick, although he's not offering much more than literally that ghost. If they can get him out of there, then they've only got 1 Caitlyn to kill. That's what if
they went for Lux? If they went for Lux, then he'd be forced to either use the ultimate on Lux or Caitlyn. And when Lux gets her full combo out, she's dead. Wait, she offers nothing else.
That's true.
I don't know. This game is just really a weird one.
Slightly strange. But Millenium have got their blue buff. They are, unfortunately for them, losing Baron at the same time, though. And they've got to make it. They got to make a play for it. I mean,
what? They have a what? They had a pink ward.
They want to kill him. So Fresh Cocoon's landed onto him. There is the ulti out of Varus as well. They've thrown everything. Schleyer going to get hit by the Assault and Battery, but they've put good amount of damage back. There's the shockwave coming out. They've killed the ghost of Schleyer, but they've not killed the actual Schleyer. Nanook here going to get caught in the cocoon. Can they follow through? Good push back there from Dude. Well, that will be a 1-0. Yorick's down. TCM backing off to Baron again.
But Naruto is already very low at this point. He's not extremely tanky. He doesn't have that much armor, but That was a little bit weird that they kind of just stopped Baron and turned and fought and killed only Doigby.
Slayer's going to try and laser it.
He doesn't have vision of it, though.
No.
If he pulls this off, that would be fantastic. I don't think he can do it. Nope.
Nope.
So now with Baron on all 5 members for TCM, they're going to back out. I hit the disco lights yet again. They have a lot of money to spend, 1,000 on 4 members. In the meantime, Millenium going to respawn with just a dragon here. So if anything, they're at least picking up a little bit of money. But they are still, I mean, it's, you know, awkwardly enough, even with the game and how it's turning out and what's been happening, Millenium is almost beating TCM in these fights. Like, it's still a very close team fight. It just depends on how many people Shlaya can hit with that ultimate, and then how Nanook can kind of position himself in these fights. And with that Void Staff picked up, you know, Shlaya has the potential to burst down Matraco easily.
And that's the thing that worries me almost for TCM here, that if they don't start to make plays, this game becomes automatically closer as Millenium catch up on items.
Yeah, and with all the lanes pushing in against them, they're getting a lot of free CS and gold on top of that. So right now, why not just take the mill inhibitor and then start sieging turrets yet again?
I mean, look at the AD carries. The gold is actually in favor of Nanook at this point, as is the mid lane. That's dangerous already. We see Void Staff now added in for Lux. We see that Caitlyn is ahead in terms of build over Varus. This Baron obviously is going to be helping out TCM, but that's only if they actually do anything with it.
Well, I guess we're going to find it here momentarily as they're grouping up middle. They want to get this inhibitor in. They fought here multiple times so far, and they ended up losing the fights as TCM going to engage her on I'm So Fresh.
Yeah, they are going to go in for this one, but are they going to be able to pick up kills? Shlaya here, he's not even taken that much damage, to be honest. Narutodo's going to go down before they can do anything. They focus Nanook's Ghost out of there. He gets hit then with the Shockwave as well as the Cocoon, and this could be the fight that they're looking for. Barney D moving in will throw the silence across the team, and they're going to manage to pick up an inhibitor. Barney D protected, dodges the laser as well, and there is the inhib picked up, and it was all very messy again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. It was a 1-for-1 only in the end.
It seems like TCM just are going off in different directions or doing different things because Narutador, he ulted Shlaya. Like, he got him out of the fight in the beginning, but then the ball wasn't on him. No one on TCM was in position to get back to into the back line to kill her, and from that, he was able to stay alive and do a lot of damage here. And I don't know, like you're saying before, if TCM keep letting this happen as JWoww over on that top side, kind of getting caught a little bit.
Wow, dude forced to use the ulti there, and he's going to go down. Nice pick up there for JWoww in a 2v1. But he will get shut down, and that's free gold over to the Yorick, who's not had a lot of gold to work with throughout this game. Again, dangerous play. I mean, look at the gold overall. It's only 4,000, and there's not many kills separating them.
And we're almost 30 minutes in, too, which is, like you're saying before, it's getting to that dangerous point where Millenium is starting to pull ahead individually in gold against their opponents. And if TCM don't pull off a team fight that they should be able to do, they could still lose this game. And I'm just amazed considering how far and how big of a lead they had. They had that inhibitor down for so long, and they got it so early in the game, and yet they weren't able to capitalize on top of it.
Yeah, this is... They're inadvertently letting Millenium back into this game from a position where, you know, we were thinking it's just a matter of time to TCM to finish this one off. I mean, they're still playing positional-wise as though they've got a massive advantage, which they don't really have at this point.
Yeah, it's really starting to dwindle away here as even Doigby able to catch up a little bit in CS as he's only down about 50 right now. And it's just weird because TCM, if they would just coordinate their fight correctly, they would be able to win this, like, pretty easily. But they keep going in on individual targets or the wrong targets. And Millenium's able to stay alive long enough and able to get that damage down. And, you know, Caitlyn has a Blood Boil, has a rank 5 Blood Boil to add to her. So every, like, extra item she gets amplified even more. And with that Bloodthirster, the static, I can't remember the name, the static Shiv. I wasn't going to say Shiv. And the Last Whisper, he's going to be able to pick up another item very soon. And the damage he's doing is quite a bit. You just don't see it as bursty as you do see off of Shlaya.
So... here we go then. TCM moving together, and the binding and the hook both missed. They should use this time now while they've got those cooldowns off, as Doigby here going to take a lot of damage, but not finished off. Crucially, there's another binding whiffing bite. And they're still very, very worried here about pushing forward to do damage to the tower.
They don't need to, though, and that's what's so weird is what they're doing. They don't need to just go in there and go for a fight. They can just wait here while the Super Marines push middle, and then they get all this free damage onto the turret as their wave does approach. And if they go for a fight here, I'm honestly worried that they might lose it.
Well, I think they've kept hold of enough turrets at this point that they probably wouldn't lose the game off one ace. Although 31 minutes in, we've got decent spawn times. I think they'd still be able to hold on. Dude here getting caught out. He's going to be dead from this one. Ulti used there, though, by Matroco to try and lock down just one man. Here we go. Finally, they go in. There's a brilliant shockwave. We see the laser coming across them, doing decent damage, but I think they've lost too much in this one. Nunuki are going to be the focus. His Ghost will finish off one. It leaves just Slayer and I'm So Fresh, who are doing a decent job between them of holding on, but those super minions, they finally moved through that mid lane, and TCM here finally going to go for it. I'm So Fresh comes out. He's going to get cocooned up, but he's not got enough damage to finish off. Absolute Zero actually thrown out there to get rid of the minions, and TCM are backing away.
And we do have JWoww trying to distract the last two members of Millenium away as the Matroco picks up the inhibitor turret on the bottom side, also trying to pick up the inhibitor here, which, oh, he's getting so low right now. If that light binding would have landed, he definitely would have been gone. And we have Barney coming up in about 10. And he said these spawn timers are starting to get very long, and they in fact are right now as Dude looking for a kill on Matroco.
Oh, there's a flash in, flash away from the binding though. And the ball put into position as JWoww stole himself the blue buff on the way out as well. Dude actually is alone now, and they've landed the cocoon on him. One step too far from Dude. And they're still holding on to this one. That's the important, the incredible thing even from Millenium. But now, with a second lane pushing super minions through, have they got back into that just a matter of time period?
I think so. I mean, because Baron's up in 30 seconds. They can't afford to contest it at all. And when you have 5 members of TCM barreling down at you with that Baron buff, with Super Marines coming from 2 lanes, then 3 when they get that final inhibitor, it's very hard to defend against that. They don't really have a composition that can do that.
So 3,000 gold almost for Varus on his way back home. Picks himself up that static shift and a BF sword to boot. And Baron is coming up. No vision really in this top side of the jungle though. Nope, utilizing that to get himself his red buff. Always a bonus. Awards do start to appear from Barney D, who's also got an Oracle. Nothing to clear out with it though, that's the thing. Belgian Beast keeps the vision high there, also doing good chunks of damage to Dude on the way through. Are they going to set up this Baron trap here? They're going over wards. Dude actually doing a decent job of getting those wards in position that he needs. Saw Nunu's like, oh, I'm out of position here. I got Blood Boil on though, so I'm just going to run away from things. And they should probably not bother chasing him at this point.
Is he going to farm between? Okay, good. He's going to back out. I was wondering if he's going to farm between turrets yet again like he was doing the game just prior. But they do get control of the jungle. They have started Baron off here. And I'm So Fresh, he's actually sticking around. He's in a really good position right now because I think TCM doesn't even know he's there.
He's got Flash Smite, Consume available. Here we go. Blood Boil is on. Is he going to be able to get in there? Here we go. He goes low. Laser comes down, and they've managed to steal it. He's managed to steal it, but he might end up dying to it afterwards. That's a great ulti from Matroco. The fear will bring Doigby straight back into the middle of the team. That's a dead Yorick, who does get his ghost up, but we can see that TCM don't really care about it. He doesn't do any damage at this point. They turn around, Barney D using it to actually heal up a little bit, and this is now a 5 versus 2, 2 of which have Baron buff. But is it enough to hold on? It's Caitlyn and Lux, the 2 highest damage dealers that they've got in the team. But there are super minions coming in. 1 cocoon is pretty much all it takes at this stage.
And looks like they're going to barrel down here. They're clearing all the waves out as we do see the engage happen.
Yeah, straight onto the nuke. No surviving that one with Assault and Battery. Really locking him into position. There's the laser coming through from Slayer. Second Nexus turret goes down. Slayer here going to be focused on. The Nexus finally going to be picked off. TCM, after 34 minutes, really dragging that victory out. But a victory nonetheless. They go through into our next best of 3 with a chance still at the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. Millenium's hopes of reaching Cologne, though, are over. Less than convincing performance from Millenium in all 3 games that we've seen them, I have to say.
I don't even think TCM was convincing at all on that one. I mean, they got a great start, but I don't know what was about or what was with them. They just wouldn't finish the game. They didn't care about finishing the game. Maybe they couldn't finish the game. Either way, they did win, though. And they're going to the next best of 3 against H2K Gaming for a spot at Intel Extreme Masters Cologne.
Wow, so Millenium lost to H2K. Can you click on that? I'll do it.
No, Meet Your Makers lost to H2K.
Yeah, that's what I said. We could actually bring that up.
What?
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 Yeah, let's bring that one up because that's a bit of a...
There you go. Now you can.
That's a bit of a strange one as well. So that's H2K versus Meet Your Makers. Powerzilla, which is Overpower, right?
No.
No?
Nope.
No?
Unless you change his name.
Possible.
Yeah, possible.
Either way, Powerzilla, 700Z. And Millennium...
That's why they lost.
Why?
Charu's not running teleport.
Charu wasn't running teleport.
That's the first time I've never seen him run teleport in, I think, a year of casting him.
Yeah, Ghost, Exhaust on the Monkey in the mid lane. Not so sure
Kuban
about
had
that.
his Rumble. Mackler had Caitlyn. I mean, Libic didn't have Zyra, but had Fiddlesticks.
It just shows, I mean, H2K are a very, very good team. There's no doubt in that. And if you look at the champions that they actually got through, Elise, Jax, Zed, Corki, Sona, like that is a very, very terrifying lineup.
Really curious what got banned out in that game, too.
A very quick game as well. 21 minutes and 23 seconds to finish that one off. So that sets us up for our final game of the day. We're going to be seeing TCM taking on H2K. The winner of this best of 3 that's coming up will join SK Gaming and the Copenhagen Wolves, who have already qualified for the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne Amateur Tournament. Guys, we're going to be taking a break. When we come back, it will be that best of 3 between H2K and TCM. Don't go anywhere.